Now, Good Morning Northwest, it's a case of tariff turbulence. President Trump imposes sweeping tariffs on steel and aluminum, and this morning, Europe claps back.
And you need to grab the rain gear this morning. I'll show you when we'll have some breaks in the rain coming up in my first alert forecast.
And Gonzaga is back on top. We got highlights from their WCC Tournament Championship win and a look at what's next for our Zags. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Gray.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, March 12th, a wet Wednesday. Nonetheless, meteorologist Matt Gray here with our first alert forecast.
Yeah, pretty soggy start to the morning around the region. Does look like Spokane and Coeur d'Alene getting a short break here from the wet weather, however, right now. So let's take a little zoom in and show you. Pretty quiet on the I-90 corridor here now. Some very light rain around places like Cheney, Rockford, Rathdrum. Heavier rain in the Deer Park area. That's part of a band of showers that stretches basically all the way from Sandpoint and Newport all the way down to the Reardon area. Eventually, this is beginning a little bit more of an eastward progression. And so places like Medical Lake, like Airway Heights, and eventually Spokane later this morning will get in on some of this heavier rain off to the west and to the north at this time. Meanwhile, further south, the heaviest rain in our region, actually basically from Cheney down into the Colfax area. This is going to be tracking slightly to the north and to the east. So places like Garfield, Tico, you're going to continue to see that rain in areas on the south side of Lake Coeur d'Alene. Going to see that wet weather continue through most of your morning as well with all of that in place. 37 right now on our temporary break from the wet weather in Spokane, and we'll keep it in the 30s with a decent chance of rain through the morning commute.
Well, this morning, there is more turmoil on Wall Street as President Trump faces growing pressure with his back and forth on tariffs.
Overnight, the president imposed more tariffs on steel and aluminum. In response, the European Union is saying member states would place $28 billion of countermeasures on U.S. goods. Hannah joins the Breaking Now desk this morning. And Hannah, what does this mean for Americans?
Well, Natalie, it means that we could pay more for everything from cars, laptops, and even groceries. Just this week, President Trump was set to impose an additional 25% in tariffs on Canada, which would have totaled 50%. But the president did not do that. It comes after Ontario said it would put tariffs on electricity coming into the U.S.
Consumer confidence is down. The market's tumbling. You know, there's going to be plants closed in the U.S. Assembly plants will shut down. Because they won't have the aluminum, or they'll be paying 2x, 3x as much. This is absolute chaos created by one person, and that's Donald Trump.
For weeks, Trump has not addressed it, but he is now saying he does not see the possibility of the U.S. going into a recession.
Mr. President, when you look at the market selling off, that didn't concern you, and where do you see it going?
Doesn't concern me. I think some people are going to make great deals by buying stocks and bonds. Our country had to do this. We had to go and do this. What's your best of these guys?
So, if you see higher prices at grocery stores and gas stations, prepare yourself for even more. Canada says it may limit oil and minerals coming into the U.S. if the trade war intensifies. And with all this going on, stocks were down more than 1,300 points in the past 2 days. We'll have an update on that number this morning when the stock market opens at 6:30. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy for News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, President Trump's 25% tariffs on aluminum and steels are now in effect.
Local businesses are bracing for the possible impacts. Dry Fly Distilling does almost everything locally, from the grain it purchases to the people it hires. And this is where Dry Fly crafts its cocktails and spirits. It even has canned cocktails for those who want to enjoy their drinks from home. Dry Fly's president says those cans will certainly go up in price after these tariffs, which leaves the distillery in a dilemma. Does it absorb those costs or pass them to customers?
Tough part about a small business is we're not really in a position market-wise to pass that cost on to our customers without hurting our business. So, you know, either it goes to the consumer or it goes to us, and, you know, that's obviously going to have a negative impact on our business.
And he adds that Dry Fly had an opportunity to sell its products in Canada, but that was stripped away when Canada pulled American spirits off its shelves in the midst of all these tariffs. Oh, the Meade School Board is calling for a federal investigation into the state's current transgender student-athlete policy.
The district says it conflicts with President Trump's executive order that bans trans athletes from girls' sports. Now, because of state law, Washington Superintendent of Public Instruction Chris Reichdahl has instructed schools to continue to allow transgender athletes to participate based on gender identity. The Meade School District is asking the DOE and the DOJ to now step in, saying the state's mandate infringes on parental rights, creates unfairness in sports, and puts funding at risk. The school district writing in part, "We are fighting to protect the educational stability of over 10,000 students, and we will not stand by as state agencies trample parental rights."
And next month, the WIAA, the governing body of high school sports in Washington, is set to vote on 2 amendments that would change how transgender athletes compete. To see the differences between the 2 plans, just look for this story on KXLY.com.
Well, Meade High School will soon have a new principal. The superintendent announced Principal Kimberly Jensen will step down at the end of June. Jensen is one of the people named in a lawsuit filed by the family of a football player who reported being assaulted at training camp. It claims that the school did not do enough to protect their child when their son was held down by older students who then used a massage gun to sexually assault him. Athletic Director Troy Hughes will replace Jensen. Now, Hughes was not the athletic director at the time of this hazing incident. He will take over as principal in July.
The Spokane Public Schools Board is deciding on a plan that hopes to save the district millions of dollars by selling and leasing 6 of its properties. The consolidation plan, put forth by Superintendent Adam Swinyard, is split in 2 phases. Phase 1 is up for a vote today. It would approve the relocation of the district's project-based school, the community school, and district office into a newly purchased building the 2 would share.
Because we've pretty much been isolated in this little elementary school.
While phase 1 would mean the community school gets a new building, phase 2 would plan the building's use. However, that is dependent on Together Spokane. The initiative voters will decide in November.
Well, the Zags are the WCC champions. The men's team refusing to get pushed around by St. Mary's for a 3rd time this season, reclaiming that WCC title with a 58-51 win. That gives them an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, extending their March Madness streak to 26 years. We got Jack Wallace with highlights and reaction from Las Vegas. That's coming up a little bit later here in Morning Sports, but a huge congratulations to the Zags. Just a great game last night. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:07.
Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray, checking out what's happening. Is that more snow on Lookout Pass?
Oh my gosh.
That is worse snow on Lookout Pass. This morning, the Cascades going to get their fair share of snow here as well. So winter returning to the mountains. At least a hint of winter is going to try to make its way down to the valleys. We will take you through your forecast and what's going to be a rainy day today coming up.
Spokane astronaut Anne McClain is heading back to space for a rescue mission. We're celebrating all of her accomplishments and her local ties coming up.
And the measles outbreak expands to at least 3 states. What we know about this spread and how many people, mostly children, are now sick, that's coming up after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,200 in average finance savings. We are professional grade.
Do you really think you can fix this? You should have just called Andy's.
I can fix it. It's just a little...
We're freezing. You should have called Andy's.
Yeah, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Should have called Andy's.
Don't be like this guy. Call Andy's Heating and Cooling. So when the weather does this, your family does this. Go to andysheating.com for details on the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For March only, buy one window or door and get the second 40% off. Plus, get an additional $750 off your entire project. Schedule your complimentary consultation. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
Get the Tiguan with 0% APR or a $2,500 customer bonus. At Post Falls Volkswagen, it's easy to drive home your dream SUV.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Hi, Alton Brown here at the top secret facility where we're building my farewell tour, Alton Brown Live Last Bite. Now, like all of our culinary variety shows, there will be comedy, music, science, and an epic yet potentially dangerous culinary demonstration. Hi, 911. It's me again.
March 26th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The House of Representatives narrowly passed a spending bill that would avert a government shutdown later this week.
Yesterday's vote was mostly along party lines. The measure would fund the government through September and support President Trump's agenda. That includes a significant downsize of the federal government. The bill now heads to the Senate, where it faces an uncertain future. 60 votes are needed to pass this legislation. The government technically runs out of money Friday at midnight.
Ukraine has accepted a 30-day ceasefire proposed by the United States. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says it's a result of productive peace talks between U.S. and Ukrainian officials in Saudi Arabia. In a joint statement with Ukraine, the United States said it would, quote, immediately lift the pause on intelligence sharing and resume security assistance to Ukraine. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said immediately after the meeting that the onus is now on Russia to take steps to end the war. President Trump says he wants to speak to Russian President Vladimir Putin about the plan as soon as this week.
A measles outbreak in Texas has now been linked with cases in both New Mexico and Oklahoma. 258 cases are now confirmed between those two states. Most of them are in West Texas. Experts say these numbers are a severe undercount. Measles is a highly contagious airborne virus that can stay in the air or on surfaces for up to 2 hours after an infected person has left the room. Last month, Texas announced the outbreak's first death in a school-aged child who was not vaccinated and had no underlying conditions.
Takeaways in your forecast? Well, it's going to be a rainy day around the inland Northwest. Our passes will continue to be snowy with the snow levels around 4,000 feet. And a few rumbles of thunder. You could hear that this evening.
You can have a say in Spokane's future. The city's second planning session is today, looking to shape the next 20 years. You can join your neighbors at the Visioning Workshop from noon to 1:30 at the Central Library in the Events A conference room. You do not need to RSVP. These are drop-in events, and you can bring children. The city will provide activities to keep them busy while you participate.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13.
Another local child accidentally overdoses on fentanyl. Coming up a little later, what we know about this case and the fears that there are many more to come.
And a woman with Spokane roots is returning to space today. We got Allison Martinez live with how people from right here at home are cheering her on. That's coming up right after this break.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y.
Go Chiefs! Again, Chiefs on the offensive. Preston a shot, and he scores! Preston from the left circle, and it's 2-0 Spokane.
Saturday, March 15th at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. It's the Miller Lite St. Patty's Day Jersey Sweepstakes. Your Spokane Chiefs play the Tri-City Americans. The Chiefs wear specialty St. Patrick's Day jerseys will auction off that night to benefit Big Table. The Chiefs St. Patty's Day Jersey Sweepstakes presented by Miller Lite. Saturday, March 15th. Get more information and tickets at SpokaneChiefs.com.
When you've been seriously injured, choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason: we win.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, our team of winning attorneys is here for you. We'll review your case for free and start working immediately to win the compensation you deserve. Craig Swap & Associates, One call, that's all.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent. We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended. Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
All right, he's fixed. Place should be ready by game time.
Ah, sweet, man. But hey, since you're here, you want to play a quick game of horse?
I've never played before, but, well, I just get into the hoop?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Like that?
You know what? Forget the game. Show me that work you did on the furnace earlier.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was pretty good, though, right?
Let's just worry about the furnace for now.
You think I could dunk?
From London to New York and around the world, from the stage to the big screen, the worldwide phenomenon returns. The original, record-breaking production returns to Spokane. Mamma Mia! Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Fall in love all over again with Mamma Mia. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:16. Well, in just hours, one of Spokane's hometown heroes will be leading a rescue mission. NASA astronaut Anne McClain is leading a crew aboard SpaceX's Dragon to rescue astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams.
Those 2 astronauts have been stuck on the International Space Station since June from what was supposed to be a week-long mission. Allison Martinez is live to tell us how people here are cheering on Anne McClain.
Good morning. Spokane is very proud to call Anne McClain one of our own. She went to school right here at Gonzaga Prep and went on to attend West Point. Today, she's leading Crew 10 on NASA's SpaceX rescue mission. On your screen now, you should see video of their rehearsal from Sunday. This mission will be McClain's second space flight since becoming a NASA astronaut in 2013. Local schools have made a point to celebrate McClain's victories and include them in lesson plans. I spoke to Yasuhara middle school students to hear what they thought.
Especially from here because it's like a small city, and her getting to like a massive thing in the world, I feel like that's cool.
I'm very excited for her to go to space, and I really want her to see some pretty stars and planets.
We're going to eat some rocket pop. Yasuhara students have been able to learn about all of Anne's accomplishments and even wrote her send-off letters. Tonight, the school is hosting a watch party of the launch, complete with trivia and, of course, rocket pops. Now, liftoff is scheduled for today at 4:48 p.m., and you can watch it yourself live at nasa.gov. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
You can't have a rocket launch party without rocket pops.
Perfect.
It would just be against the norm.
That's perfect. I love it. Good
Amazing.
job, kids. And we'll be watching that closely, of course, for you.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So this morning, a little break in the rain right now around Spokane. Still a little bit of rain around the Coeur d'Alene area, but any break today in wet weather, look, it's not going to last for long the way things are going. Pretty spooky clouds here over downtown Spokane here as well this morning. So we take a broad look across the radar picture. Wet on the Palouse. Some showers out to the west of Spokane that are going to move into the metro region as we head later on into the morning. So it will not be a long break here at all. Actually might get a short break here in Deer Park, which has been seeing quite a bit of rain here as we've gone through our program this morning. We'll continue to see a good chance of rain pretty much any given hour of the day and through the overnight, and may even hear a few rumbles of thunder as we get into the afternoon and evening with highs in the upper 40s. Let's show you how this plays out here now as we continue to see light to moderate rain through at least about 10 this morning, more often than not. Then we'll have a more notable break in the weather, and that will be after 10 a.m., excuse me, and then continuing into the beginning of lunchtime, at least around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Other areas, your results may vary for sure. Then as we get into the afternoon, starting to see pop-up showers here again. Some stronger energy going to push in and give us some heavier rain. This is where we're going to have the opportunity, I think, to hear a little bit of thunder with some of these stronger cells here embedded in this next round of heavier rain that's going to come in during the evening and early afternoon across eastern Washington. It'll progress into the late evening into North Idaho. So while all that is happening down in the valleys and lowlands, our mountain passes, well, they are going to get a decent amount of snow. Stevens Pass by the end of Thursday, 5 to 10 inches, 6 to 10 inches on Lookout Pass, 8 to 12 inches on Sherman Pass on Highway 20, where there is a winter storm warning. So the mountains getting plenty of snow. Skiers, that's probably good news for you as we get ready for the weekend. We'll also be looking at the chance for maybe a few snow showers down in the valleys here by Saturday morning.
All right, cozy up for the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for the parade and the Zephyr game and all that stuff Saturday.
Lots of layers.
It is now 6:20.
Well, after going 0-2 against them in the regular season, the Gonzaga Bulldogs finally got the best of their rival in St. Mary's to win the WCC championship. We have highlights from Vegas that's coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Introducing, representing Cal Cars. Here to sell the best lineup of trucks in the region, Spike the Bulldog.
Yeah, he's a super dog.
Happy anniversary. It's been 1 year since Mistaqua Casino Hotel opened its hotel, restaurant, and event center doors. And we thank you for staying and playing at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah, Washington. Relax in our comfortable hotel and indulge in wonderful dining at our hotel, restaurant, and casino cafe. Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
From solid wood cabinets to designer patterned carpets and Italian-made tiles for exotic looks, Brothers Flooring and Design in Spokane and Post Falls has been helping homeowners discover fun, new products to remodel and improve their kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms for almost 10 years.
At Brothers Flooring and Design, we don't want you just to like your floors, we want you to love them.
At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
If you've been thinking about upgrading your home, now is the perfect time. It's Jacob with Renewal by Andersen, here to tell you about our 31-day BOGO sale. For March only, buy one window or door and get the second 40% off. Plus, get an additional $750 off your entire project. To make it even easier, we're offering flexible financing, 12 months, no payments, and no interest. Schedule your complimentary consultation and take advantage of these amazing savings.
Hamilton in Spokane at the First Interstate Center for the Arts. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
When he caught it, I was going to hawk it down. I knew he was going to throw it up. So for that to happen and the fans to go wild, you know, Zach to have the best fans in the world, and they're super cheerful, super loud, so that meant the world. It's like a dream come true.
Gonzaga didn't just punch their ticket to the big dance, they obliterated it with a 58-51 statement revenge win over the St. Mary's Gales, one that was fueled by the usual reserve Braden Huff and a rare starting appearance, scoring 18 points, including the only made three of the game.
I just want to stay confident in myself, whether I'm coming off the bench, starting, just be aggressive, be confident. That's been the biggest thing all season for me, and so to get that start was awesome. But no matter what my role is, that's just kind of the mindset I have going into every game.
Caleb Battle, ferocious on defense, forcing 5 steals and helping the Zags crush the Gales in the turnover difference, 18-4. Safe to say he was starving for a chance to get the Gales back.
They beat me in front of my mama. My mama kept singing, and I was not happy about that one. So we definitely took this one personal, but they're a great team.
The Gonzaga Lifer seniors are no strangers to making the tournament, but it was just so much sweeter for them to do it against their rivals one last time.
It just means the world for me. Last year we couldn't pull it out, but I kind of forgot the feeling of, winning the WCC after freshman and sophomore year.
And yeah, we were hungry, man. I think everybody in this locker room was couldn't wait to get on the court tonight. And everybody that got onto the court stepped up and made big plays. And I'm relieved, happy. And I think Selection Sunday is gonna be a lot more less stressful for us this year than it was last year.
Reporting in Las Vegas, Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
And Gonzaga extends its record of 18 straight, 25-plus winning seasons. And like Jack said, can't wait to see where the Zags play their first-round game.
Yeah, now, given a championship win, the Zags could be in cities like Cleveland, Milwaukee, or Denver. So if you want to fly out to catch some games, you might want to start looking at those flights here pretty soon. But we'll know for sure Selection Sunday this Sunday. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:25.
Changes could be on the way to the way Idaho childcare facilities are staffed. The decisions the bill would place on facilities and dangerous risks some people say that could create when we come back.
Plus, more than 1,000 jobs are set to be slashed from the Department of Education today. Who will be impacted by these cuts when we come back? And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive.
Does your client know Jane Doe?
Alex Spiro, the attorney for Jay-Z, is speaking to ABC News after the woman who said she was 13 when Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards told private investigators her lawyer put her up to it. The woman, identified as Jane Doe, has since permanently dropped her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs, but Jay-Z is now suing her and her lawyer for defamation.
This case has gone away, but he's keeping alive 2 other lawsuits. Why? Why bother? Why not just let it all go?
If you're Mr. Carter, you have an obligation not just to yourself and the people that rely on you and are inspired by you, but you have an obligation to the system to make sure the truth comes out.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more of our exclusive interview with Jay-Z's attorney. With GMA First Look, I'm Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
When is my allergy spray gonna kick in?
You need Astapro.
Astapro?
It's faster, bro. 8 times faster than Flonase.
It's faster, bro.
It's faster, bro!
It's faster, bro.
It's mom to you.
Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. Astapro and go.
Resolve. Your pet knows if a mess is really gone. If not, they may remark the spot. Resolve gets rid of pet messes better than the leading competitor, destroying stains, neutralizing odors, and preventing remarking. Love the love, resolve the mess.
How are folks 60 and older having fun these days?
Family cookouts.
Playing games.
Dancing in the park.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kerner Furniture.
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Bighorn Show, March 20th through 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. Get tickets at bighornshow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
There's nothing more fun than owning a Jeep. From Dishman Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, Jeep. Girls, they love to have fun. Explore the fun of owning a Jeep. Whether you're dropping the kids off at soccer, just running around town, or spending the day outdoors, there's nothing quite like owning a Jeep. And right now, you can get 20% off MSRP on Jeep Gladiators and Jeep Wranglers when you get a new Jeep from Dishman.
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Big Horn Show, March 20th through 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. Get tickets at BigHornShow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour at the 4 News Now story tracker, following the stories people are reading about online this morning.
A new report on January's deadly plane crash over Washington, D.C. has found, quote, intolerable safety concerns. The country's transportation chief is promising change as a result, unveiling a plan to revamp the air traffic system by going wireless and using fiber optic radar systems. Investigators revealed thousands of incidents in recent years where planes and helicopters flew too close to each other near Reagan National. Nearly 100 incidents were considered near misses. The FAA has now agreed to ban most helicopters from flying in that area.
A new documentary is claiming to reveal that aliens are real and the government is covering it up. Age of Disclosure features more than 30 U.S. officials speaking out about aliens and UFOs, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The film just premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival. Now, reactions are mixed. One person calling it, quote, the most important story in the history of humanity, while another said not a single scrap of verifiable evidence has ever been shown. A public release date for that film has not yet been announced. I would probably watch that.
I was actually going to say, yeah, count me in.
Yeah, for sure.
Curious. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, March 12th. We're going to check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and look at our first alert forecast as we kick off a rainy Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been a rainy day so far here in the inland Northwest. From Canada all the way to the Oregon state line, we're seeing wet weather in the eastern third of Washington and across the North Idaho Panhandle, especially around the Palouse this morning. Let's take a little zoom in where we've seen some more breaks in the weather this morning around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. However, as you can see, right on Highway 27 and in the south end of the valley, we're starting to see some of that rain begin to kind of re-emerge here, as well as some areas around Deer Park, seeing some rain here as well in the Suncrest area, continuing with that wet weather. So slowly but surely, some very light rain has worked its way back into the downtown Spokane area and on the south side of the city. This is going to continue to track towards the valley here as we head through the next several minutes. Over the next 2 hours, here's our future radar tracking. Kind of gives us an idea, projects where that wet weather is going to go in the next 2 hours. As you can see, more rain on the way for the valley and for Coeur d'Alene, as well as around Deer Park. We'll see things be a little drier, a little more intermittent around Spokane. So that is how things were going to play out for the morning. As you can see, still seeing that little break here at Spokane Airport. And then for this afternoon, more rain, mid-40s, and maybe even a couple of rumbles of thunder. We'll take you through your afternoon and talk about what you'll wake up to tomorrow coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks. Well, this morning there are more job cuts in Washington, this time at the Department of Education.
And more than 1,000 layoffs have been announced. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk. Hannah, give us more details on who's impacted.
Yeah, Robin, this morning, more than 1,300 employees at the Department of Education are affected by these cuts. Then yesterday, they got a memo telling them to leave their offices and to work from home today. In response, the president of the biggest education union in the U.S. is slamming the Trump administration.
Firing half of your workforce without cause, we know necessarily will mean there will be cuts to services that our students and families need.
For months, President Trump has vowed to dismantle the Department of Education. He is now calling it a con job and planning to give states more control over schools. The Trump administration says the agency will continue to oversee federal aid and student loans, but teachers fear that cutting the department will leave vulnerable students even more vulnerable.
Whether that's safeguarding, racial minorities to make sure that educational outcomes are equitable for them. I mean, I think it's across the board.
As of now, the Department of Education offices are closed, so layoffs can begin. Those impacted by the cuts will go on leave beginning March 21st. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
A third child recently overdosed on fentanyl in Spokane County, this time in Airway Heights, and many are worried more children could be at risk. Vanessa Behan's executive director recommends locking up any legal or illegal drugs. She says telling someone which medications you're taking can be helpful just in case a child gets a hold of any medication.
When our children are being exposed to adverse experiences, adverse substances, we know it has an impact on them. And we want to do everything in our power to say, let's find a way to protect these children.
Vanessa Behan has a 24/7 crisis hotline for parents and emergency child care if necessary. A man in Othello faces charges for raping a family member. Investigators received a tip from a school resource officer about 54-year-old Benito Montemayor Garza. They arrested him last Wednesday on charges of child molestation, rape, and incest. Anyone with information about this case is asked to contact the sheriff's office.
A new bill aimed at improving safety for inmates and staff at state juvenile corrections facilities has now passed the Senate. The bill's authors say violence has worsened since justice reform laws passed in 2018 and 2019. The law would allow juvenile facilities to transfer inmates older than 18 who pose a danger to others to adult facilities. It would also clear a path for nonviolent juvenile offenders to reintegrate into society before completing their sentences. The bill now moves to the House for a vote. Well, Idaho is considering a bill that will change daycare facilities staffing. Right now, the state has regulations on how many staff are needed to care for children of different ages. House Bill 243 would change that and let child care facilities decide their staff-to-child ratio. Those in favor of the bill say this would open up more slots in child care facilities across the state. But those against it worry that the bill is worry about safety if facilities allow children to significantly outnumber staff.
If there was a fire within the building and a teacher was down there with 20 kids, how is she going to get 20 kids ranging in ages infant to 5 or older out of the building in a safe manner?
The bill has passed through the House and is now waiting Senate approval.
A man accused of holding a woman hostage in East Spokane is in a Montana jail this morning. Police received a call of someone assaulting a person near East Boone and North Stone Street. At one point, investigators believed the suspect, Dwayne Chakeen, was inside this home, leading to a standoff. It lasted for hours. Officers got Chakeen on the phone, but police say he was being uncooperative. When police finally got inside, they say he was not there. They later got a call that law enforcement in Babb, Montana found him. Chakeen is now awaiting extradition to Spokane.
Are you tossing and turning at night? Well, if you are, you're not alone. Many people struggle to get quality sleep, and it could be affecting more than just your energy levels.
The truth is, not sleeping enough isn't just annoying. It can actually contribute to serious health problems, including diabetes, high blood pressure, weight gain, and depression.
On this Sleep Awareness Week, what are some things you can do now to help turn off your brain and get a better night's rest? You can look for this story with some very helpful tips tomorrow right here on Good Morning Northwest. Sleep, we could all use some more of it.
And better sleep.
Yes, for sure. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:37.
All right, it's nice to sleep when it's raining. Today, great day.
It's very soothing.
It is a great day for a nap today. That's what I'm trying to say.
It is going to be a wonderful day for a nap. May even hear a little bit of thunder later this evening as we continue on with an active weather pattern. We'll show you how that plays out over the next 24 hours coming up.
Well, still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, a bill that would set a limit on how much your landlord can raise your rent in Washington is one step closer to becoming law. Where it stands in Olympia, that's next.
And every dollar counts right now, especially when it comes to groceries. And some people in Idaho could get some money back on those grocery bills. How much you could get and how to apply after the break.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. That is why our highly trained technicians handle every job with unmatched professionalism. From broken springs to noisy rollers, we'll get your door running smoothly, securely, and fast. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
style, or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,200 in average finance savings. We are professional grade.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 13th through the 22nd. Shop over 140 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show March 13th through 22nd indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing and giveaways. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. Our digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Tee off in style at Circling Ravens' top-tier golf suites. Play more than 80 famous golf courses around the world. It's a hole-in-one for all skill levels. Visit cdacasino.com for details.
Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:41. A plan that would cap how much landlords can raise rent and fees each year is now closer to becoming law in Washington. The plan would limit the amount that a landlord could raise rates to 7%. This cap would not apply to new tenants. Supporters of this bill say it'll help keep families in their homes.
Right now, tenants are afraid that extreme rent increases can cause them to have to move out of their home and lose that stability.
Now, critics argue that the 7% cap does not take into consideration the rising costs of owning or building new properties.
Rising property taxes in this state, rising insurance costs in this state, rising utility costs in this state, rising construction materials costs in this state.
Now, this bill is heading to the Senate for consideration.
Takeaways in your weather, make sure you got a rain jacket. It is going to be rainy, and even when we get a break, it's not going to last for long. Our mountain passes, if you're traveling, will have quite a bit of snow, and we may even hear a little thunder this evening.
We are in the middle of tax season. In Idaho, you can get a refund on a portion of your grocery bill. According to the state's tax commission, anyone who qualifies would receive up to a $120 refund plus an extra $120 per qualified dependent. Anyone 65 and older would get up to $140. To see if you qualify, just look for this story on KXLY.com. Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:42.
Well, we are still hours away from blastoff, but some Spokane students are already preparing for Anne McClain's big voyage to space today. Allison Martinez is live at the hometown's Heroes alma mater.
Local schools are teaching students all about Anne McClain's accomplishments and cheering her on. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
During the Markdown Madness sales event, score big on a new Sierra 1500 Elevation. Now up to $15,500 offers 0.9% APR. And ask about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
We're on with what's new this morning.
What's happening now?
And what's next for you?
Get what's new now
and next at 5 and 6 a.m.
right here.
And right here at 7A.
Because we're on all morning long. Good Morning Northwest and GMA.
Gold Seal Plumbing is the only local company to offer the light ray pipelining system, which allows us to repair your pipes without digging any holes and can be done in less than a day. Our factory certified technicians use a high-speed chain cleaner that grinds away obstruction. Then our no-dig system pushes the liner down the pipe, and within minutes, the liner is hardened, making a seamless and durable pipe that will last decades. To see the full video, go to goldsealplumbing.com/trenchless and call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
There are 24,000 graduating seniors in Idaho this year. Each of you unique, powerful, independent. Each of you ready to become the next Idaho success story. That's why Idaho launches here, to see you through. Up to $8,000 for education and training. Support for jobs in hundreds of fields, so you can choose your own path. Because you invent you. Launch just helps.
From solid wood cabinets to designer patterned carpets and Italian-made tiles for exotic looks, Brothers Flooring and Design in Spokane and Post Falls has been helping homeowners discover fun, new products to remodel and improve their kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms for almost 10 years.
At Brothers Flooring and Design, we don't want you just to like your floors, we want you to love them.
At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
Mamma Mia, the original record-breaking Broadway production returns. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
During the Markdown Madness sales event, score big on a new Sierra 2500 HD Pro. Now up to $11,250 off or 3.9% APR. And ask about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Silver Mountain Resort in Kellogg, Idaho.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 7:15. One of Spokane's very own will launch into space for a rescue mission later today. NASA astronaut and Spokane native Anne McClain is leading a crew aboard SpaceX's Dragon to rescue astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams.
Those 2 astronauts have been stuck in the International Space Station since June from what was supposed to be just a week-long mission. Allison Martinez is live this morning to tell us how people here are cheering McClain on from Spokane. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. Spokane is very proud to claim Anne McClain as one of our very own. She actually attended school right here at Gonzaga Prep and went on to attend West Point. Today, she's leading Crew 10 on NASA's SpaceX rescue mission. On your screen now, you should see footage from Sunday's rehearsal. This mission will be McClain's second space flight. During her first, she spent 204 days as a flight engineer and completed 2 spacewalks. Local schools have made a point to celebrate McClain's victories in class, and I spoke to Yasuhara students to hear what they thought.
I'm happy for her, and I hope she has a fun time in space.
It's even cooler that she's a girl and she's from here. It's really inspiring.
Yasuhara students have been able to learn about all of Anne's accomplishments and even wrote her send-off letters. Tonight, the school is hosting a watch party of the launch, complete with trivia and, of course, rocket pops. Now, liftoff is scheduled for 4:48 a.m. or 4:48 p.m. later today, and you can watch it live at nasa.gov. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Oh, so exciting.
We're wishing her the best of luck and her whole crew.
What a role model.
Absolutely.
Just incredible.
Well, here's a live look at our morning here. We've seen Alice out there with an umbrella throughout the morning, and as you're heading out the door, you might want to grab yours as well.
Yeah, definitely. Surprise, surprise, the weather for the launch in Florida tonight is going to be better than the weather here. I know, that's shocking. That is shocking. But yeah, clear skies, so things looking good for Anne McClain and the rest of Crew 10 there for that launch at 4:48 Pacific time here today. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, well, things are looking a whole lot wetter. If you're in the Ford area, Loon Lake, Deer Lake, Springdale, you're about to see quite a bit of rain moving into your area. This will go in between Deer Park and Chewelah as well. Davenport, Reardon seeing some wet weather as well, and these showers that are moving now into the Coeur d'Alene area right over Liberty Lake in the east end of the valley. Heavier rain down by Fairfield. That is going to track in over the south side of Lake Coeur d'Alene here over the next hour, hour and a half. We are going to have a very good chance of rain on almost any given hour of the day, but there are some time frames that are going to be a little bit better to maybe venture outside. One of those is going to be right around lunchtime, where at least for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we should see a noted break here. That'll be around somewhere between 10 and about 1 in the afternoon that we'll get that. Then things start to pick up again heading into the afternoon. A stronger band comes through, and with these heavier areas of rain, these heavier cells embedded in the overall rain, that's where we're going to have an opportunity to perhaps hear a little bit of thunder, maybe even see a little gust of wind as as that system moves through. Now, the backside of the storm comes in tomorrow morning, and yes, it is going to be cool enough that we will see at least a little bit of snow mixed in on some of those higher benches and higher elevation valleys. Now, will there be accumulations? Highly unlikely with how warm temperatures will be. So, you know, the best kind of snow is the snow that doesn't stick. And it does look like, for the most part, that is what we're going to see. We will be quieter for the end of Thursday. Great news, so you can see that lunar eclipse. It's happening late Thursday night. Friday, dry for most of the day, but some snow during the evening. That'll drag on into Saturday. And that probably has the best chance of anything to maybe stick just a little bit. Oof. But, you know, anytime you get snow this time of year, it's gone. Yeah. Almost as quick as it shows up.
Good.
So either way, this weekend looking a little bit unsettled.
All right. We'll be prepared for it. Thanks, Matt. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:50.
Your morning sprint coming up right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mamma Mia. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Law Tigers present the 19th Annual Spokane Motorcycle Show March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Seattle Cossack Stunt Show, Swap Meet, Budweiser Biker Bar, Law Tigers Great Gas giveaways, and more. The Spokane Motorcycle Show March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
Guys, I want to introduce you to our new salesperson. I really think he's going to spike sales.
He's a super dog on the floor. Yeah, he's a super dog.
Start living your life to the fullest by living simply in a tiny home from Portable Cedar Cabins. Less is truly more with all the amenities and comforts of a traditional home with a much smaller footprint. Each home is custom built and ready for you to move in and start enjoying the little things in life, including financial freedom. Homes from Portable Cedar Cabins are about half the price of the competition and about a quarter of the cost of a traditional home. Contact Portable Cedar Cabins today. Your worry-free tiny home is waiting for you just north of Spirit Lake, Idaho on Highway 41.
Happy anniversary! It's been 1 year since Mistaqua Casino Hotel opened its hotel, restaurant, and event center doors. And we thank you for staying and playing at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah, Washington. Relax in our comfortable hotel and indulge in wonderful dining at our hotel, restaurant, and casino cafe. Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. We'll always be there on 4 News Now.
March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and Prosser Digestive Health Center offers the full spectrum of digestive health care. Services provided by board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Law Tigers present the 19th Annual Spokane Motorcycle Show March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Seattle Cossack Stunt Show, Swap Meet, Budweiser Biker Bar, Law Tigers Great Gas giveaways, and more. The Spokane Motorcycle Show March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
Meteorologist Matt Gray tracking rain in the forecast today and beyond.
Hannah Joy is in studio with details on how Trump is imposing more tariffs and how that's affecting Americans.
But first, the Zags are WCC champions.
The men's team refusing to get pushed around by St. Mary's for a third time this season, reclaiming the WCC title with a 58-51 win. That gives them an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, extending their March Madness streak to 26 years. Congrats to the Zags.
Congrats to the Zags, and make sure that you have some rain gear today if you're out and about. Our rain chance is pretty good throughout the morning. There will be some breaks around midday, but still 50-50 chance for a sprinkle at any given time. We'll see those rain chances go up as we head into the afternoon and the evening. Could even hear a rumble of thunder. Meanwhile, for travelers through the mountains, we are talking about today and tonight, a decent amount of snow falling on our mountain passes.
Overnight, President Trump imposed tariffs on steel and aluminum. In response, the European Union will retaliate. They plan to impose tariffs on U.S. goods worth $28 billion. So for you, the American consumer, that means we could pay more for everything from cars, laptops, and even groceries. For updates on how tariffs are affecting the stock market, tune in to Good Morning America.
President Trump's 25% tariff on aluminum and steel is now in effect, and local businesses are bracing for possible impacts. Dry Fly Distilling does almost everything locally, from the grain it purchases to the people it hires. And this is where Dry Fly crafts its cocktails and spirits. It even has canned cocktails for those who want to enjoy their drinks from home. Dry Fly's president says those cans will certainly go up in price after those tariffs.
The Meade School Board is calling for a federal investigation into the state's current transgender athlete policy. The district says it conflicts with President Trump's executive order that bans trans athletes from girls' sports. Because of state law, Washington Superintendent of Public Instruction Chris Reichtel has now instructed schools to continue to allow transgender athletes to participate. The Meade School District is asking the DOE and the DOJ now to step in.
Meade High School will soon have a new principal. The superintendent announced Principal Kimberly Jensen will step down at the end of June. Jensen is one of the people named in a lawsuit filed by the family of a football player who reported being assaulted at a training camp. Athletic Director Troy Hughes will replace Jensen. Hughes was not the athletic director at the time of the hazing incident. He will take over as principal in July.
The Spokane Public School Board is deciding on a plan that hopes to save the district millions of dollars by selling and leasing 6 of its properties. The consolidation plan put forth by Superintendent Adam Swinyard is split in 2 phases. Phase 1 is up for a vote today. It would approve the relocation of the district's project-based school, the community school, and the district office into a newly purchased building. The 2 then would share. While Phase 1 would mean that the community school gets a new building, Phase 2 would plan the building's use.
A 3rd child recently overdosed on fentanyl in Spokane County, this time in Airway Heights, and many are worried more children could be at risk. Vanessa Behan's executive director recommends locking up any drugs, legal or illegal. She says telling someone which medications you take can be helpful just in case a child gets a hold of any medication. Vanessa Behan has a 24/7 crisis hotline for parents and emergency child care.
Idaho is considering a bill that would change daycare facilities' staffing. Right now, the state has regulations on how many staff are needed to care for children of different ages, but House Bill 243 would change that and let child care facilities decide the staff-to-child ratio. The bill has passed through the House and is now waiting Senate approval.
We are in the middle of tax season. In Idaho, you can get a refund on a portion of your grocery bill. According to the state's tax commission, anyone who qualifies would receive up to a $120 refund, plus an extra $120 per qualified dependent. Anyone 65 and older would get up to $140. To see if you qualify for that, find this story on KXLY.com.
Are you tossing and turning in your sleep? Well, you're not alone. Many people struggle to get quality sleep, and it could be affecting more than just your energy levels.
The truth is, not sleeping enough isn't just annoying. It can actually contribute to serious health problems, including diabetes, high blood pressure, weight gain, and depression.
And on this Sleep Awareness Week, what are some things you can do right now to help turn off your brain and get a better night's rest? You can look for that story tomorrow right here on Good Morning Northwest.
And here's a live look at a wet morning. You can see the rain there accumulating on the arena parking lot. That's what you'll be dealing with most of the day today. We'll check in with Matt and his forecast right after this.
4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for loud sneezers. Gesundheit. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The future's uncertain, but you're more likely to get a high-paying gig if you're armed with college or career training after high school. WA Grant makes that education affordable or even free. See if you qualify at wogrant.org.